full name or your name, please. Sorry about that. Hi, good
Hello.
afternoon. Please can you speak.
Good afternoon.
Hi,
I
good
believe it's my son.
afternoon. Happy New Year. Oh, sorry. That means you're
Mm,
Aisha. So I wasn't sure if you're a lady or a guy. Sorry about that. Yeah,
Oh,
so just the same
can you hear me?
question. We're about to,
Yeah, good
we just started,
afternoon.
right? And
Yeah,
we're
good
still
afternoon.
hoping more people will join just
Yeah, I
to
was asking
kickstart.
if you
And I would like
are
to know
here
if you are here
to
to ask
ask
questions or
questions
to
or to
contribute based on
contribute
your
as
knowledge.
well. Ask questions.
I'm here
Okay, okay, that's
to
fine.
learn for people question.
I just hope more people
I
would
don't really have a
join
question.
before
This
we
is
start.
I joined this program,
Okay.
and
Okay, okay,
about
that's fine.
my previous knowledge, I'm just learning Python.
Okay, so I think
So I'm
we
going to
can
wait for
just
a
do the
few
four
more
of
minutes
us,
to
and
see
maybe
if
if
more people
anyone
will
else
join.
joins, that's fine. So as not to just stay here on the call and waste time. So I don't know if anyone has questions now. So we start with that, and hopefully, if anyone joins, and if not, we could um end it. And I don't know if there will be another time though. So if you have a question, please can you unmute and speak or type it in the chat box so we can start with that. I feel therefore we should not just waste time. So regardless of the size, I think we can still do something. So hopefully more people will join, and if not, let's do with what we have. If you have a question, type it
Thank.
in the chat box or okay.
I have a. As for me now, I'm trying like I want to become a data scientist, but I've learned some. I learned Python. So I want to be sure, like, how am I going to know that maybe what I've learned, I've qualified to work in a real world data, or after I've learned Python, what is the next step am I going to take? What other language
Mm,
do I need to learn after that?
okay. So let me retrace so that I understand if that's the question you're asking. You said you want to be a data scientist and you've learned Python. You want to know what languages you need to learn and how to know when you can say, oh, you are ready for the job market, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
okay, okay. So to start with, I'm not a data scientist yet. I'm a data analyst. So I might not be in the right position to tell you this is what you need and this is what you don't need for you to be a data scientist 100%, right? But I will just answer your question based on what I know. Currently, I don't use Python. Like, it's not like my day-to-day too, because I already said I'm a data analyst. So if you're now saying that, oh, um you want to be a data scientist and all that, I think I should ask you, why did you choose data scientist? Is it that you felt like, oh, from your background, you don't need more of analytical tools, you don't want to be a data analyst, and what you choose is data scientist? I think I should ask you that question first. Or how did you even choose data scientist? Because to me, right, personally, this thing I'm saying is based on my personal experience. I feel like it is much more difficult to start up and be a data scientist. It is easier to start up and be a data analyst. So, in my own opinion, though, that everything I'm saying now is based on my own experience. So if you are saying that you want to be a data scientist and you want to know what to do in the job market, I think the right way or the right person to give you the right direction is someone that started up as a data scientist, and that person is some years in the field now. So the person will be able to say, okay, once you've learned Python, you're able to build models and all of those things. You can start applying for jobs. So the direction I can really talk about now is more of data analyst direction. I don't know if you get my point.
I get your point, ma.
Okay. So I was trying to ask a question that, oh, why did you choose data science? Like why data science? Why do you want to be a data scientist and not a data analyst? Did you get my
I,
question?
I get your question. Not
Okay.
that not that I don't like data analysis, but like
Okay.
I want to like choose a skills. Like someone that introduced me to this programming stuff she's a data scientist. Now like I
Okay.
think it is better than like I should go for data scientist.
Data analyst.
Yes, I should
Okay.
go for
So
scientist. So normally I don't have more knowledge than
okay.
maybe data analyst or data scientist. It's later
All right,
that I
guys.
just
It's
like
not
Okay.
looking like any
difference
other
between
person
them.
will join
Some I see that
soon. So I think I will just
and
have
some
to do
people
the
like
two
be
of
like if I want
us
to be
here
data
and
if I want to
wrap
be
it up.
data analyst, I need to learn
Um,
Excel,
so
SQL,
Radiat, I don't know if you
Power
want to ask your
BI.
questions now.
So, but I started for Python because like the person that introduced me to the to the data scientist, that's what she learned, and that's what she asked me to learn
That's
first.
the only thing.
So, the people
And is that the only two she's using?
the people I mingle
Hi,
with is
Radiat.
most of them is Excel, SQL. That's what I see them learning. They have what
Okay.
that's what they have
Hello.
learned.
Okay.
So that's
I'm
why
not sure
I
she's
choose the
here.
data scientist.
Well,
Oh,
okay, I get it. Onokwamiko, I can see you're raising your hand. I'll come back to that,
so
please.
I'm guessing
So well, from what you've
because of the
explained now, like
festive
you already have
period,
like a mentor
people,
data science
oh,
in
she's no
data
Most
longer
likely.
science
here.
as a data
Most
scientist,
likely.
you already have like someone you look up to.
Uh, so someone
So
else
well, I
just
think to
joined.
settle in well, relating with her will help you better.
Hi,
But I want
Daniel.
to assure you that
Good afternoon.
building
Happy New
applications
Year.
and working on models, you won't be using just Python alone at the end of the day. So, also one of the things you mentioned is that you notice a lot of people in data analysis field, Excel, this, that, SQL, that you felt like, oh, since this is all about Python, you might just want to stick to it. But it's fine that you are already learning Python, and it's actually a good thing. But then I don't think that's all you need. So
Mm.
I personally I feel like talking to that person will give you more direction because that's what she does on a
So
day-to-day
from the look
already.
of
So
things,
she
I
really want
guess
to
if
help you like
I stay on
settle
the
in
call
better
till
because
12, 30 or
data
thereabout, and
analysis now you
okay,
might not
I'll join.
learn 100% to start data analysis, but as a data scientist you do coding day in day out.
I'm thinking
So
probably,
I
yeah,
think talking to that
because
person
of
will
the
actually help
turnout
you
rate,
better,
maybe we might actually
in
have
my
to start
opinion, though.
considering
I think I
reschedule.
wanted to ask you a question, but then I can't even
I don't
remember the
know.
You
I'm
said
name.
relatively,
consider
I
what?
said
So
maybe rescheduling.
um,
I don't know
I don't know
if
if
it's
I've
around
answered your
when
question,
once maybe it's
or
12
you
o'clock
still want
and
to say something before I move on to
the
no chemical.
attendance is still
And
same as
yes, so you have
this.
answered my question. But
Yeah,
the
so
thing now
I
is
think
that
once it's
because I feel
130 and
confused.
this
It's because
attendance
she's
is
very
very
busy.
encouraging,
She's
I
doing
think
her
might
PhD,
have
so
to do
she don't
some
have
other
time
time.
like before. So
But
now
then two new
I'm looking
people
for a
just
community.
joined. Hi,
That's why I
Daniel, can
joined
you speak?
this group, like that will be helping
Good
me.
afternoon.
So
Good
Yeah,
I know like
afternoon.
if I
yeah, good
now
afternoon.
go on to like learning all
Happy
these
Good
New
Excel
Year.
afternoon.
stuff,
Same to
I
you.
say it is not bad
Yeah,
that I have knowledge
so
about
I
data
just wanted to
analysis.
ask, since this is an
Why I
interactive
cannot go back
section,
to maybe
I
data
wanted
science
to
because
ask if you are
that's
here
more people I
to
see
ask
that I
questions
have
or to
access to now.
contribute based on your knowledge in the
Okay,
field.
so I think I
I'm
have
here
a
to ask
data
question, and when I
science
can
community that
contribute,
I
I
can
will
add you
also.
to. It's a
Oh, that's
Slack
cool.
community,
Thank
and
you
it's
for
a
that.
large community
So
too.
the turnout is not really
And aside
encouraging
from that,
us. Maybe people
you
are
can
not joining
actually
because of
use
the
Python
festive
for data
period. So
analysis
we've
too.
not really started.
That's one thing I want you to know. And
Yes.
So
aside
hopefully
Maybe.
from
we just
reaching out to your mentor,
yes, hopefully maybe
I think you should do some research
just
on
get
your
more
own.
people to join as well.
And
Or
I think
maybe we'll
the question I
reschedule.
said I wanted to ask you that
Hi,
I didn't
Abdul
remember was,
Latif. I don't know if that's your
what's your
surname
background
or your name,
like?
please.
Are
Sorry
you
about
like,
that.
what did you study in school and all
Hi, good
that?
afternoon.
Is
Please start
this something
Okay,
you would
speaking.
like to share?
I study micro. I'm still in school. I'm studying microbiology. Good afternoon. I'm in primary.
Hi,
I
good
believe this is my son.
afternoon.
Okay,
Happy.
okay. So
Oh,
try to do
sorry,
some
that means
research
you're
on your
Aisha.
own
So I wasn't sure if you're
as
a
per, okay,
lady or
what
a
can I
guy.
use Python
Sorry
to do
about that.
since you already have the knowledge?
Yeah,
Because you can
so just
use
the same
Python. Python is
question.
not just for a
We're
data
about to, we've not
scientist.
started, right?
You can
And
use it
we're
for
still
data
hoping more
analysis.
people
You
will
can use it
join
to build
just
an app.
to
You can use it
kickstart.
to, some people that
And
build
I would like
websites
to
use
know
Python.
if you
So
are
now
here
that
to
you've
ask
started
questions
learning
or
it,
to
I would like
contribute
you to
based on
start
your
switching
knowledge.
tools, because that's not something that will help. You can learn it
I'm
and
here
maybe pick up
to
another tool,
learn
but it's not
for
something
people
that I want you to now
question.
say, okay, I'm dropping
I
it
don't
because
really
I don't
have
want
a
to be a
question.
data
This
scientist
I
again. I want
joined
to start
this
over from
program
another tool. You started with Python,
and
right?
Okay, okay,
about
that's fine.
my previous
Although
knowledge.
for me, I don't think you should start with
I'm just
Python
learning
if you want
Python.
to do data analysis. But now you've already
Okay,
have some background
so
knowledge
I think
as a
we
data
can just do the
scientist to
four of
be
us, and
in
maybe if anyone
Python.
else
I
joins,
think you
that's
can try
fine. So
to
as not
navigate
to
Python
just
for
stay
something
here on
else,
the call
which is
and
data
waste time.
analysis.
So I don't know if anyone has
You can do
questions
analysis with
now.
Python.
So
You can
we
do a lot
start
of
with
things with
that,
Python.
and
Just try to do
hopefully if
your
anyone
research
joins,
so
and
you
if
can know
not,
how
we
to
could
juggle things together.
um
By then you
end
can now
it,
pick up
and
another tool.
I don't know if there will be another time though. So if you have a question, please can you
All right,
unmute
Okay.
Onokamiko.
and speak or type it in the chat box so we can
Um,
Hi,
start with
Onokamiko
that.
here.
I feel therefore we
I
should
just
not
want
just
to
waste time.
add
So
to what
regardless
you
of
said.
the
Okay.
size, I
I
think
want
we
to
can still do
respond
something.
to a question now.
So hopefully more people will join,
I
and if
think
not,
what she said now
let's do with
is
what we
what
have.
she just painted a real life
Please, if you have a
No,
question,
scenario
type
of
it
thank
in the
someone that
chat
is
box
just trying
or
to
okay.
get their foot in the
I
door,
have
which I think
a
is still the stage I'm into now. But then
as for me now, I'm
there are
trying
some
like I want to become a
fundamental
data
things I
scientist,
believe
but
we all have to
I've learned
figure out, because
some.
at the end of the day we are
I learned
trying to
Python,
um,
so I want to be sure. Like,
create
how am I going
value.
to know that
We
maybe
are
what I've
offering,
learned,
we are trying to
I've
be as
qualified
valuable
to
as
work
possible, and then we can only be as valuable
in
as
a real
possible
world
if
data?
what we are
Or after
offering,
learning
like
Python,
if we are
what is the next
that
step
good
am I
at it. I
going
don't
to
know if you
take?
understand what I'm saying.
What other language
Mm,
do I need to learn after
Hello, are you
that?
still there?
okay. So
Hello.
let me
Hi,
reiterate
yes,
so that
I'm
I
with you.
understand if
Okay.
that's the question you're
So
asking. You said you
in
want
my
to
own
be a data
scenario now,
scientist
I wanted
and
to
you've learned
I also have a
Python.
mentor, and the
You want
eventual
to
and the
know
end goal
what
for me is
languages you need to
artificial
learn
intelligence, right?
and
But
how to
then
know when
I
you can
I
say, oh,
had
you are
to,
ready for
this
the
is
job
where
market, right?
learning platforms to come in. I
Yes,
have a
yes,
mentor,
ma'am.
Hello.
but then I'm also
Yes,
Okay, okay,
ma'am.
okay.
on
So
other
to
platforms
start
like
with, I'm
this
not a
one
data
that
scientist
help you,
yet. I'm a
really
data analyst.
ask questions and
So I might not be in
help
the
you
right
figure
position
out
to tell
how
you this is
best
what you need
you can offer value.
and this is what you don't
In
need
my own
for
in
you
my
to be a
own
data
personal case
scientist
now,
100%,
I
right? But I will just
I
answer your
feel most
question
comfortable
based
around
on
numbers,
what I know.
and I
Currently,
could
I don't
stare
use
at a screen
Python.
of Excel
Like,
like
it's not
literally
like my
all
day-to-day
day
tool
and not get bored,
because
huh?
I already
But
said
then
I'm a data analyst.
when you start to
So if you're
bring
now
me
saying that, oh,
to some things that I'll have to
um
read,
you
like
want to be
maybe a
a
little bit
data
of coding and the likes,
scientist
I mean,
and
I start to
all
get bored,
that,
and then I start to be
I
like,
think I should
ChatGPT, help me here.
ask you,
So
why did you choose data scientist?
I already know
Is
my
it that you
areas
felt
of
like, oh,
comfort.
from your background,
It's not
you
like
don't
I'm
need
doing what
more
I
of
want to do
analytical
because
tools, you don't want to be a
people
data
around me is
analyst,
doing it.
and
I know what
what
I'm
you choose is
comfortable
data
with,
scientist? I
and I
think I
know
should ask you that question first.
how
Or
valuable what I
how
find
did you even
comfortable is
choose
to the
data
market out there.
scientist?
You understand? So if I can
Because to me,
maximize
right,
what I can do,
personally, this thing I'm
if I
saying
can
is based on my
maximize that
personal
and then
experience.
leverage
I feel
it
like it
in the
is much more
marketplace,
difficult
then the sky
to
is just
start
the
up
limit.
and
Say
be a
you
data
understand? So
scientist.
I'm just
It is
in the
easier
case
to start up and
I
be a
would just
data
like to like just
analyst.
give is it iShark now?
So, in my own
A
opinion,
little
though, that
advice.
everything I'm saying now is
I
based
think
on my own
you are kind of
experience.
on the
So
right
if you're
path
saying that
in
you want to be
terms of
a data scientist
um
and you want to
you
know
being
what to do in the
ambitious,
job market, I think the right way
and
or
I
the right
think
person to give you the right
you
direction
should
is
be on
someone
lots
that
of other
started up
platforms like
as a data
this, because I don't think
scientist
you would get
and
all
that
the
person is
information and
some
all
years in the
you
field
have all
now.
your
So
questions
the person will be able
answered
to say,
by your
okay,
mentor.
once you've
Because
learned
my
Python,
own mentor
you're able to
is a
build
software engineer,
models and all of those things. You can
also
start
aspiring to
applying for
be an
jobs.
artificial
So the
intelligence this thing.
direction
But
I
then
can
you can
really
try
talk
to
about
imagine
now is
what his
more
day-to-day
of
life is going to look like.
data analyst
Imagine him coming
direction.
from work and
I
then
don't know
having
if
to
you
come
get
and
my point.
having to come and deal with
I get
with
your
me.
point, ma.
And I'm this kind of person that asks a lot of
Okay.
questions, but
So I was
so
trying to ask
sometimes
a
it just
question
I
that,
ask
oh,
questions
why
and
did you
then he
choose
responds
data
with
science?
short
Like
answers, and
why
then
data science? Why do you want
those
to be
short
a
answers is
data
what I then
scientist
now like
and
take
not a
and then
data
try to
analyst?
maximize, because I know he's not going to he doesn't respond a
Did you get
lot.
my question?
But then
I get your question.
the
Not
Okay.
that
figuring out at the end of the
not
day
that
still
I
has to
don't
do
like
with me.
data
His own is just
analysis,
like
but
point me in the
like
right
Okay.
direction.
I
So
was
that's why
like
I said that
choose
you are kind of
a
on the right path in terms of
skills. As
ambition and
someone
then
that
where
introduced me
you are right now.
to this
So I'm not saying you
programming
should
stuff
drop
is
your distance,
she's a
but
data
just try to
scientist.
like
Now like
from whatever
Okay.
I think
however
is
short
is
the
better
conversation
than
is with
like I should
your
go for
with
data
you and your mentor,
scientist.
like
Data
try to gain
analyst.
direction. You are not looking for
Yes, I should
Okay.
go for
So
scientist.
explicit
So normally I don't have
this
more
thing.
knowledge as
okay.
Oh
maybe
God,
data
I don't know if
analyst or
I'm
data
explaining
scientist.
myself correctly. You're
It's
not looking for
later that I
explicit
just
this
like
thing. It's
Okay.
just like direction
difference
and
between them.
preambles. So
Some I see that
largely the homework will still fall on you. I mean, figuring
and some
things
people
out,
that if
figuring
you want to be data
what type
I
of
if I want to be data analyst,
career
I need
you
to
want
learn
to be in,
Excel,
or what
SQL,
exactly you want to
Power
major in,
BI.
like, and do for a long
So
period
but
of time. It's not something that
I started for
you are
Python
going to
because
figure out
like
in one
the
week.
person that introduced me
That's a real thing.
to
Like,
the
let's be
to
realistic here.
the data
It's not going
scientist
to happen
is
in one week. It's not
that's
going
what
to
she
happen.
learned
Sometimes it doesn't happen in one
and
month.
that's
Sometimes
what
it
she
doesn't
asked
happen
me
in
to
three
learn
months. I don't know
first.
if you,
So
but you will
the
know what
people
you are
And is
um
that
comfortable
the
with, and
rate
then
which
what you
is
can do that others can't do. So
the
it's that one
the people I'm
that you're
even
not
with
going to like
is most of
leverage.
them is
Because
Excel, SQL.
hearing
That's
you
what I
talk
see
now,
them learning.
I don't
Or
hear
they have what
I
okay?
don't
that's
hear
what
that
they
you
have
are
learned.
kind of you found like that conviction of what you can do
Okay.
So that's why I
that you
choose
are
the
better
data
at others are
scientist.
Well,
doing, or what you can do for a very long time and
okay, I
not
get
burn
it.
out. Because if at the end of the day
Onokwamiko, I
you
can
end
see
up
you're
doing
raising your
something
hand.
that others
I'll
are
come back
doing
to
and then
that,
it
please.
doesn't really suit
So
you,
well, from
I'm
what
telling
you've
you, you are just
explained
going
now,
to
like you already
keep
have
burning
like
out and the like. So
that
like
data science
just
in data science
try to
as a data
be
scientist, you
around
already have like someone you
communities
look up
like
to.
this and ask questions, get
So
directions
well,
from
I
your
think
mentor, and
to
then
settle in
have a
well,
sense, have a
relating with
trajectory
will
of
help
where
you
you're going, and
better.
make sure you're just on track.
But I
That's what
want
your
to
mentor
assure
is
you
just
that
get and there for you to
building applications and
do. I
working
mean,
on
I don't know if that English
models,
came out right,
you won't be
but
using
I hope you
just Python
understand what
alone
I'm
at
saying.
the end of the day. So
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
also one of
you,
the things you mentioned is that you
Onokwamiko.
notice a lot of
So the
people in
bottom
data
line is,
analysis field,
Aisha,
Excel,
to
this, that,
from what
SQL,
she
that,
he has
then
said
you
and
felt like, oh,
from
since
what
this
I
is
mentioned earlier
all
is
about
you
Python,
need
you might
to
just want
like
to stick to
sit
it.
down and do
But
some
it's fine
research
that
on
you
your
are
own.
already learning
What
Python,
do
and
I want
it's
out of
actually a
this,
good thing.
and how
But
do
then
I
I don't
navigate
think you
maybe
that's all you need.
what I'm
So
already learning
I personally
to
I feel
achieve
like
this,
talking to
or
that person will
maybe
give you more
what do I need to
direction because
pick up
she that's what she
along the
does
way
on a day to
to
day
achieve the
already.
results
So
that I
she'll be
want.
the one to help you
All
like
right.
settle in better
Welcome, Daniel and
because
Ngozi. Good
data
afternoon.
analysis
Happy
now
New
you might
Year.
not learn
Thank you for joining.
100% to start data
Can you
analysis, but
unmute your
as a data
mic, please?
scientist you will do coding day in day out.
I would like to know if you are here
So
to ask
I think talking to
questions or
that
if you are
person
here
will
to
actually help you better,
contribute.
in my opinion though. I think I wanted to ask you a question, but then I can't even remember at the moment.
Hi, guys.
So
Can you all hear me?
um I don't know if I've
This is an
answered your
Yes, we
interactive
question
can
section.
hear you.
or you still want
Okay,
to say
Yes, we
okay.
can hear
something
you.
before I move on to Nokwemiko.
So, hi, Daniel. Hi, Ngozi.
And yes, sir, you have answered the question. But the the thing now is that because I feel
Okay,
confused
now I've
because she's
introduced
very
myself
busy.
before.
She's doing her PhD,
Okay.
so she don't have time like before.
Everybody
Hello.
introduce
So
themselves.
now I'm look like I'm looking for a
Okay.
community
Yeah,
where
good
I join
afternoon.
this. this
So
group,
I
like
asked the
that will
question.
be helping
Happy
me.
New Year, first of all. So I
So I
asked the
know, like,
question if
if I now
you
go and to
actually we
like learning
started
all
some
this
minutes
Excel
ago
stuff,
and we're hoping
I
that more
think
people will
it
join.
is not bad
So
that
it's
I
an
have knowledge
interactive
about data
session.
analysis.
Ask questions.
Fine, I
You
cannot go
can give
back
your
to maybe data
contribution based on
science because
your
that's most
understanding
people
of
I
the
see
field and all that.
that
So
I have
I would
access
like
to
to know
now.
if you have questions or you want to
Okay.
contribute as well.
So I think I have a
For now, I don't have any
data
question.
scientist community that I can add you
Oh,
to.
that's fine.
It's a
Okay.
Slack community and it's a large
Hi,
community though.
Ngozi.
And aside from that, you can actually use Python for data
Hello,
Good
are
analysis
you
too.
morning.
here? Hi,
Yes, I'm
good
That's one thing I want you to
morning.
know.
Yeah,
And
good afternoon. Happy
aside
New
from
Year.
reaching out
Thank
to
you
your
for
mentor,
joining.
I think you should do some
So
research on your
I
own.
wanted to know if you are here
And
to
I think
ask
the question I
questions
said I
or
wanted
to
to ask you that I
contribute
didn't
as it's
remember
an
was
interactive
what's
section.
your background like?
Okay,
Are
actually,
you like what
I'm
did you
actually
study in
new to
school
data
and all
analysis,
that?
so I wanted to
Is this
ask.
something
Okay,
you would
I
like to share?
I study micro, but I'm still in school. Sha. Studying micro, but I'm in primary.
Okay.
Okay. So try to do
I
some
can't
research on
actually
your
hear
own
you clearly.
as per okay,
Can
what can I
you
use
try to
Python
move
to do
closer to
since
your
you already
mic?
have the knowledge?
Yeah,
Because you can use
it's a bit
Python.
better.
Python is not just for a data scientist. You can use it for data analysis.
Okay.
You can use it to build an app. You can use it to some people that build websites use Python. So now that you started learning it, I would like you to start switching tools because that's not something that will help. You can learn it and maybe pick up another tool, but it's not something that I want you to now say, okay, I'm dropping it because I don't want to be a data scientist again. I want to start over from another tool. You started with Python, right? Although for me, I don't think you should start with Python if you want to do data analysis. But now you've already have some background knowledge as a data scientist to be in Python. I think you can try to navigate Python for something else, which is data analysis. You can do analysis with Python. You can do a lot of things with Python. You just try to do your research. So you can know how to juggle things together. By then you can now pick up another tool.
All right.
Okay, thank
Onokomiko.
you.
Hi, Onokomiko. Yeah.
I just want to add
Okay.
to what you said.
Um. Okay.
I
So
want to respond
to
to a
answer your
question now.
question, based on my
I
understanding,
think
I
what
think you
she
mentioned
said
that you're
now is
already
what
on a
she just
course, Google
painted
Data Analytics.
a
So can I know
real
what the course
life
is all about?
scenario of someone that is just trying to get their foot in the door, which I think is still the stage I'm into now.
Okay.
But
So,
then there are some fundamental things I
So have
believe
have you been introduced to
we all have
any?
to figure out because at the end of the day, we are trying to
Okay. So have you been introduced
um,
to any analytical tool
create value.
for
We are
that
we are
course that you're
offering
currently on?
we are
Oh,
trying to
okay.
be as
That's
valuable as
fine.
possible, and then
So
we can only be as
for me,
valuable as
right,
possible
I think you
if
should
we
start with
if
Excel,
what we are offering,
Microsoft Excel.
like if we are
So once you
that
are
good
done
at it.
with
I don't know if you
the
understand what I'm saying.
fundamentals, which has to do with okay, what is data analysis? If
Hello, are
I'm
you still
very
there?
correct, right? What is data analysis? Where do you use the skills and
Hello.
all that?
I yes,
I think
I'm
you should
with you.
Okay.
do. You
So
should start Microsoft Excel.
in my own scenario now, I wanted
Spend time,
to I also
try
have a
to do data
mentor,
analysis, maybe watch YouTube
and the
videos. We have actually
eventual
have
and the
some
end
the
goal
monthly
for
challenges that
me
we've
is
done in
artificial
Excel,
intelligence, right?
and the data
But
are
then
there on the group.
I
You can
I had to.
play around with
This is
that,
where
check YouTube
learning
videos for
platforms to come
beginners
in.
in
I have
Excel,
a mentor, but
data
then
analysis
I'm also
related videos,
on other
and
platforms
spend
like
time with
this one
Excel. So I
that
want to
help
paint a
you,
scenario for
really
you. It's not
ask
like a
questions
lot
and
of
help
people want
you
to,
figure
once they
out
hear data
how
analysis,
best
they want to
you
start
can offer
coding.
value.
And
In my
for
own
me
my own
personally,
personal case
everything I'm
now,
saying is based on my own experience, right?
I I feel
For me
most comfortable
personally, you
around
should not
numbers,
start data analysis with
and
coding.
I
And the
could
reason why I'm
stare
saying
at a
this
screen
is
of Excel
imagine that
like literally all
you
day and
want
not
to
get
do
bored, but
analysis,
but
you
then
don't
when it
understand what you
starts
are
to like
doing
when you
yet,
start to bring me
but you are coding it.
to some things that I'll have
That's
to
just
read,
starting. That's
like
what
maybe a little bit
starting
of
code with
coding and the
coding looks
likes,
like.
I mean, I
let's
start
say,
to
okay,
get
now I
bored
want
and
to
then I
do
start to
2
like,
plus 2
ChatGPT help
to
me here.
get 4, and I want
So
to draw a pie chart with
I
it.
already
If
know
I'm doing this
my
calculation
areas
in
of
Excel,
comfort.
I
It's
can
not like
literally
it's
see
not
that,
like I'm doing what
this
I
is
want
my
to
2
do
plus 2
because
that is giving me
people
4.
around me is
And I
doing
can
it.
say,
I know
oh,
what I'm
Excel,
comfortable with,
plot a bar
and I
chart
know
or a
how
pie
valuable
chart
what
for
I
me
find
based on
comfortable
this
is
number.
to the market
That
out
means
there.
I can
You
see,
understand? So
I
if I can
can, it's
maximize
easier to understand.
what I
I'm
can
not
do,
using any, I'm not
if I
learning
can
any
maximize
language.
that and then
I'm literally
leverage it
using my
in the
understanding and
marketplace,
the
then the
arithmetic
sky is just
knowledge
the
that
limit.
I
Say you
already have
understand. So
to
I'm
do
just in the
analysis.
case I would just like to
So
like just
I
give
believe that once you
is
have
it
that
I shot now?
understanding, you can now
The a
learn
Yeah.
little
another
advice.
language, because
I
anytime you are
think
learning
you are kind of on
coding,
the right
programming,
path in
you are
terms of
learning a new language. So I feel like when you have that
you
understanding of,
being
oh,
ambitious,
I am learning, I'm done
and
with
I
this,
think
I understand the
you
basics. Because
should
when you
be
start with
on
Excel,
lots
it
of
literally
other
gives you the
platforms
basics.
like
You get
this
to know that,
because
oh,
I don't think
this thing
you would
is
get all the
sum of
information
this. And
or
after
you have all
summing
your
this,
questions answered
you're not
by
coding
your
anything in
mentor
Excel.
because my
If you are
own
coding
mentor
in Excel, you are already
is a
an
software
advanced
engineer,
Excel user.
also
So, and with that knowledge, you
also
can say,
aspiring to
oh,
be an artificial
I have
intelligence
the
system,
basic
but then you can
knowledge.
try to
I've
imagine
done my
what his
arithmetics in
day-to-day life is
Excel.
going
I've
to
done
look like.
addition, subtraction,
Imagine him coming from work
multiplication,
and then having to
percentage
come
in
and
Excel
having
without
to come and deal
coding.
with me.
Now I can
And I'm
code
this kind of person
to
that has a
do the
lot of
same.
questions, but
I can
so
learn a
sometimes it just
language
I
that
ask
helps me
questions
do
and
the
then he
same. And
responds
that is
with
when you now
short
start using
answers, and then
maybe SQL,
those short answers is
maybe
what
when
I
you start
then now
using
like
Python
take and
and
then
all
try
that.
to
So
maximize because I
that
know
is
he's not
my
going
own,
to
and that is what
he
I
doesn't
advise
respond a
anyone that
lot.
comes to me that, oh, I
But
want to
then
start data analysis. How do I do
the
that? I'll tell
the
them, start
figuring
with
out
Excel.
at the end of the
Don't
day
let
still
people
has to do with
pressure you
me.
into,
His
oh,
own is
learn
just
this
like
one, learn that
point
one.
me in the
Because
right
at the end of the
direction.
day,
So
if
that's why
you
I said
don't
that you are kind
understand
of
what
on the
you're
right
doing,
path in terms of
it
ambition
will
and then
still
where you
make
are
you feel
right
like,
now.
oh,
So
I've
I'm not
learned
saying
this,
you
I've
should
learned that.
drop your
What am
distance,
I
but
doing?
just try to like from
What can I
whatever
do out of
however
it?
short
Because in the
the
end, it's not all
conversation
about, oh,
is with
you know about
with you and your
thousands of
mentor, like
tools.
try to
It's
gain
about the
direction. You are not
results that you
looking
can
for
bring out with just one or just two
explicit
that you know.
this thing.
So that's
Oh
like
god, I don't know if I'm
my
explaining
take
myself correctly. You're not
on
looking for
this. I
explicit
don't know
this thing, it's just
if
like direction and
anyone
preambles. So
has any other
largely the
thing to
homework will
add to
still
this,
fall on
or
you. I mean,
um
figuring things
I can see
out,
you're
figuring
clapping, thank you.
what type of
Or maybe
career you want to
I've answered
be
your
in,
question.
or what exactly you want to major in, like and do for a long period of time. It's not something that you're going to figure out in 1 week. That's the real thing. Like, let's be realistic here. It's not going to happen in 1 week. It's not going to happen. Sometimes it doesn't happen in 1 month. Sometimes it doesn't happen in
But you're
3 months. I don't know
sounding
if you,
very, very
but
low.
you
I
will
don't know
know
if
what you're
someone
comfortable with
else
and
on the
then what
call
you
can
can
hear
do that
you.
others can't
I
do.
think it's my
So it's
voice.
that one
I said
Diana going to like
I really
leverage.
appreciate the
Because
community.
hearing you talk
It's
now,
one of the best things that
I
have
don't
happened to
hear
me as an African
I
data
don't
analyst
hear
because
that
someone
you
like
are
me,
kind of
I'm
you
someone that
found like
once
that
I don't have
conviction of
motivation
what
doing
you
some
can
things, I
do
might
that you are better
just
at
leave it.
others are doing,
So with
or what you
this,
can
it's a
do for a
motivation
very
for
long
me
time
at
and
all.
not
So
burn out.
it's a
Because
big
if
thank
at
you.
the end
Yeah,
of the day
that's why I'm
you end
clapping.
up doing something that
Thank you very
others are
much for your
doing
kind
and then it
words.
doesn't really suit you, I'm telling you, you are just going to
Thank
keep
you.
burning out and the like. So like just try
I
to be
sorry, I
around
shot. I was about to call
communities
upon
like
you.
this and ask questions, get directions from your
You guys
mentor,
are
and then
raising up your hands.
have a sense, have a trajectory
Yes.
of where you're going to
Okay.
make sure you're just on track. That's what your mentor is just there for you
I'm sorry that I
there for
just
you
keep
to
popping up
do. I mean,
and
I don't
then
know
No,
if that
that's
English
fine.
came
It's
out
an
right, but
interactive section,
I hope you
right?
understand
So
what I'm saying.
if anyone has something
Yeah,
to
Thank
say, please
you.
thank
raise up your
you.
hand and
No
speak.
problem. Well,
So the
and I
bottom
don't think
line
I've
is,
heard
Tanimola's
Aisha to
voice.
you
Please, you'll be
from what
speaking after
he has said
Onopemifo,
and
maybe
from
to
what
ask
I
questions or to
mentioned earlier
contribute
is
or
you need
to tell
to
us
like
why you are
sit
here.
down and do some research on your own.
All right, you
Mhm.
can
What do I
go
want
ahead.
out of this, and
Okay.
how do
Yeah.
I
When
navigate
I'm
maybe
in
what I'm already learning
communities like this or
to achieve
conversations
this,
like
or
this,
maybe
and
what
then
do I need
people
to
ask questions,
pick up
one thing I always
along the way
wish
to achieve the results that I
people
want.
do is that they
All
get
right.
into the specifics,
Welcome,
right?
Daniel and Ngozi. Good
So,
afternoon. Happy New Year.
concerning what she
Thank you
just said,
for
now she said
joining. Can you
she
unmute
just
your mic, please?
she you're just learning data analysis.
Are
But
you?
you're
I would
very
like to know if
interested,
you are
maybe
here
an
to ask
enthusiast.
questions or if you are here to contribute.
She tends to leave stuff whenever she loses motivation. First of all, that is what everybody
Hi
is like.
guys, can you all hear me?
Number one, just hold that one. It's not only you
This
that
is an
Yes, we
interactive
can
section.
hear you.
you're not the only one dealing
Okay,
with
okay.
Yes, we
people
can
like
hear
that
you.
one. And then
So I, Daniel,
as
I
for the
Ngozi.
other one, I think
Good afternoon.
Miss
I've introduced
Miss
myself before.
Lola already
Sorry.
answered it better, but I just
I
feel
said
I
good
should
Hello.
also
afternoon.
say something
Can you hear
too.
me?
I don't know
Yeah,
a
good
lot,
afternoon.
but then
So I
Okay.
asked the question.
when we are
Happy New
talking
Year,
about
first of all.
data
So I asked
analysis,
the question if
we should
you
try to like
actually we started
understand
some
what it
minutes ago
is
and we're
really,
hoping that more people will
both
join. So it's
theoretically,
an interactive
conceptually, and
section.
practically.
You ask
You understand? And
questions.
I am
You can
usually
give your
more
contribution
inclined
based on
to
your
the
understanding
practical
of the
meaning of
field and all
what it
that.
looks
So
like in
I
real
would like
life.
to know if you have
So I try to
questions
like
or you
paint
want to
scenarios
contribute as
that
well.
helps me really get the gist, right?
So now I
So
don't have any question.
when I started looking into
Oh,
data
that's
analysis
fine.
myself at first,
Okay.
I was trying to really
Hi
understand it, but then
Ngozi.
my mentors, my teachers, I don't know, even Udemy too, would try to
Hi,
Hello,
use
good
are
some
you here?
morning.
illustrations, and I
Hi,
Yes, I'm
good
here.
just still
morning.
wouldn't get it. But
Mm.
then I'll just
Yeah, good
sit down and then
afternoon.
just be
Happy New
thinking about it.
Year.
And then this is the
Thank
best
you
I've
for
come up with stuff.
joining.
When we are talking about data
So
analysis,
I wanted
just
to
try
know
to
if you
imagine,
are here to ask
you know, watch American
questions
movies,
or to
but
contribute
imagine
as
like a
it's an
detective
interactive
kind of
section.
should
Okay,
I say a
actually,
detective kind of
I'm
film
actually
where
new
you are the
to data
Okay.
detective,
analysis,
but
so I
so
wanted to
data
ask.
analysis is more like
Initially, I
about
was
asking who did
cybersecurity,
something,
but it was too wide. I
what
couldn't
is this, why
place,
did this
I
happen,
couldn't
if this
specialize.
happened,
I was
what
trying
does
to
this
have
mean?
an
I don't
idea
know,
of everything.
investigating, and
Initially,
then
just
after
Okay.
getting
your
to the
investigation,
points, begin
presenting
to
that
body
investigation to
some,
like
and
a
I wasn't
jury.
I can't
I'm
enjoying
using
it.
a
actually hear
movie
you
sense to explain now.
clearly. Can you
Can you
Presenting
try
hear
to
that
me?
move closer to your
investigation to a
mic?
jury to make
Yeah, yeah,
a
it's a
to
bit
make
Okay, I
better.
think initially I
a
was
justified
learning
decision or
cybersecurity.
to judge
I know
based
Okay.
the
on the this thing you've
fundamentals.
presented.
So I was
So
trying
that's what
to
like data
specialize, but I was finding
analysis.
it
This
very
that's what I've
difficult.
come up with
I think I
so
wanted
far
to
about
specialize
data
cloud
analysis.
security, but I was finding it
So
very
you
difficult.
now start to
At some
think
point,
about it. You now
it
double down and
wasn't,
start to think about it
it wasn't engaging for me and
in terms of
everything.
the
So
tools,
I
where
did
all
some
these
other
tools
thing
like
to do.
come in.
Did my little
You know,
research,
for
then
Excel
I
now,
landed
Excel
in
is
data
like
analysis.
the rough
So my
sheet
question now is,
where you
please,
do all
where
the
and
dirty
where do
works,
I
but
start from
like
data
your lab
analysis? I
testing, where
just,
you
I'm
collect
actually
samples and
doing
evidence, where you
an
sort everything out and
online
arrange them and
course
the like.
on
So you do
Coursera,
all your calculations, but
Google
then
data
in Power BI is
analysis. I'm
probably when
actually
you
doing that.
organize them,
So I want to ask, after
you
that,
where
what next? Like, what
when
do
you
I
want
do?
to
It's an
help
8 week
someone
program. I think
see
I'm in the
your
fourth week,
data. No.
trying
When
to
you want
Okay.
get
to help someone else
understanding
see
of
that
it.
your
So my question
analysis
is,
is trying to
after
tell
that, what
something,
next? Like, I didn't just
I
want
don't know
to
how better to say
read
it.
and read and read and just
So
read. I want to
then your
engage
SQL is more
and
like when
understand
you
what I'm
already have
doing,
this
be
data set
useful, be
already
productive,
organized
like
in
um
a
someone else here said.
what's the
So
this thing
that's
now?
my
What's the this
question.
thing where
That's
you
why I
store
joined
data?
the passion.
It's not data farm. I can't remember. Sha.
Okay.
Please, sorry, can you help me?
Database.
Sorry,
So
Database.
to answer your
database. Thank you,
question,
thank you, thank
based
you,
on
thank
my
you. So
understanding,
SQL
I
is not
think you
more like
mentioned that you're
having
already on a
when you now
course,
have
Google
all
Data
this
Analytics.
organized
So
data
can
and
I know what the
everything.
course is all
You
about?
need a particular type of data
Okay,
with
for the Google
certain
data analysis,
conditions,
I
and
think
you
it's
want
the
to retrieve them. That's where SQL is going to come in. So
Okay.
it's
fundamentals.
more like
So
think of it in an
It's the
hospital
so
basically,
have,
fundamentals.
but
have you been
where you go to an
introduced to
hospital and
any
then they take your records down. And then let's say
okay.
you
So have you
not
been
you, let's say
introduced to
someone
any
was sick
analytical
and
tool
then the person went there and then the person got
for that
registered and
course
then
that you're
all your
currently on?
information and profile were collected and the likes.
Okay, okay.
So if the person goes
That's
back
fine.
there, but
So
you
for me, right,
when you want to
I
retrieve
think
those
you should
information, it
start
won't
with
be only your
Excel,
age that are going to
Microsoft Excel.
retrieve, but it won't be only
So
your
once you are
data that are going
done
to
with
retrieve, but they're going
the
to retrieve your whole folder,
fundamentals,
but
which has to do with
so it's
okay,
like
what is
that's
data
where
analysis? If
SQL
I'm very
comes in.
correct, right?
So I
What
think
is data analysis?
if we
Where
try
do you use the
to
skills and all
understand
that? I
data
think
analysis
do
practically
you should start Microsoft Excel.
going forward with this kind of mindset, I think it will be easier
Spend
to do.
time,
And I think the
try to do
motivation
data
factor
analysis,
is
maybe
it
watch YouTube
will
videos. We
not
have actually
really
have
be an
some
issue.
the monthly
Although you
challenges
still need
that
to be
we've done in
disciplined
Excel
about
and the data are
doing
there on the
some
group.
works because
You
sometimes
can
sitting in front of a monitor in
play
front of a
around
desk
with
can
that,
sometimes
check
be
YouTube
can
videos for
sometimes be
beginners in Excel,
tiring,
data
especially if you're
analysis
not getting
related
anywhere.
videos, and
But it's
spend
normal.
time with
It's normal.
Excel. So
So
I want to paint a
I just
scenario
needed
for
to
you. It's more like
sit
a
down
lot
to
of
like
people
people once they hear data analysis, they want to
I
start
need to paint a
coding.
picture of what it looks like
And
on real
for
life,
me
at least for me.
personally,
So I don't
everything
know
I'm saying
if
is
anyone
based on
agrees
my
or
own
disagrees
experience,
with what
right?
I just said.
For me personally, you should
Okay,
not
thank
start
you.
data
So
analysis
it's
with
actually
coding.
cool if
And the
you are
reason why I'm saying
practical with
this
things you
is,
are learning. It
imagine
helps
that
learning to stick
you
better.
want to do
All
analysis,
right,
you
Aisha,
don't understand what you are
hand
doing yet,
up.
but you are coding it. That's just starting.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
what
Thank you so
starting
much.
code with coding
Miss
looks like. Let's say, okay, now I want
Funmi,
to do 2 plus
Ọlọ́lá mi
2
pọ̀.
to get 4, and I
Ọlọ́lá.
want to draw a pie chart with
I
it.
don't something like that.
If I'm doing this
But
calculation in Excel,
me going
I
for
can
something
literally
that
see that,
I'm
oh, this
comfortable
is my
with
2
or
plus
I'm
2 that is
at.
giving me 4. And I can say,
But I
oh,
think if you
Excel,
don't try,
plot
like
a
if you
bar
don't try
chart or a
other
pie chart
language,
for me based on this number.
like Excel,
That means I can
SQL,
see,
I'm
I
not
can,
sure if
it's easier
I'm
to
comfortable with
understand.
it.
I'm not learning any language. I'm literally using my
Question.
understanding
Miss
and
Onola,
the
Miss
arithmetic
Kemi.
knowledge
No,
that I
I
already have to do analysis.
Okay, are you asking a
So
question?
I believe that once you have that
I can't
I'm not
understanding,
even
hear
you
hearing
can
you
now
very
you.
well.
You
learn
talk about
another language, because anytime you are learning coding, programming, you are learning a new
I'm saying that
language.
if you
So I
don't
feel
try
like when you have that understanding
other
of, oh,
language,
I am
I know
learning,
I
I'm
will not
done
know if
with
I'm
this, I
more
understand the
comfortable with
basics.
other
Because when you
language
start
or
with
not.
Excel, it literally gives you the basics.
Okay. I
You
think I
get to
get
know
what you're
that,
And
oh,
like
saying.
this thing is sum of this. And after summing this, you're not coding anything
So
in
I
Excel.
think
and also
If you are coding in
is
Excel, you
you're
are
going
already
to
an advanced
okay. She's still
Excel
speaking.
user.
Sorry.
so you're
So,
going to
and
add
with
me
that knowledge,
to
you can say,
a
oh,
community.
I have the
So data
basic knowledge.
scientist
I've done my arithmetics in
community.
Excel. I've done addition,
Please don't
subtraction,
forget to do that too.
multiplication, percentage in Excel without
You
coding.
can send me
Now I
Hello,
can
a
code
DM
ma'am.
to
so I can just
do the
forward it to
same.
you.
I can learn a
Hello, I
language
can
Okay,
that
hear
yeah,
you
we'll do
helps
that.
me
clearly.
do the
I
same.
mentioned that you should
And that
send a
is when you now
DM.
start using
Yes,
maybe
please.
SQL, or maybe when you
So I
start
don't
using
want
Python and
to
all
be
that.
the group
So
and people will
that's
now
that
start
is
asking
my
me
own, and
questions
that
that
is
they
what I
don't even
advise
understand where
anyone
the
that comes to me that,
conversation is
oh, I want to
starting
start
from.
data analysis,
Hi,
how do I go about
Daniel.
it?
Your
I'll tell them start
hands.
with the Excel. Don't let people pressure you into,
Yes.
oh, learn this
Good
one, learn that
afternoon.
one. Because at the end
Good
of the day,
afternoon.
if you don't
Yes, I
understand
just
what you are
want to
doing,
make
it will
contribution to
still
what you
make you feel
and
like, oh, I've learned
on
this, I've learned
Pemifo has
that.
been saying.
What am I doing? What
Okay.
can I do out of it?
Yes, what I
Because
want to
in the
say
end, it's
is
not all
that
about, oh, you
first,
know about
everyone is
thousands
in
of
data
tools.
analysis
It's
because I'm
about the
still in the
results that
learning
you can
process.
bring out
But
with
there's
just
something
one or just two that you
I
know.
did before I
So
start
that's
learning,
like
which is number
my
one,
take
one has to
on this.
understand what
I don't
data
know if
analysis is. As according
anyone
to Mr.
has any other thing to add to
Pemifo
this,
said that
or
one needs to understand what is data
I can
analysis.
see you're clapping.
Then you have
Thank
to
you.
understand
Or maybe I've
which
answered
tool
your question.
which a data analyst use. So through the process, you were able to align with what you want to do. Because it will look like someone's telling me start with SQL before you move to Excel. But at the end of the day, you realize that Excel is more of the fundamental. So one needs to
Oh, you're
understand the
sounding
tools
very,
of
very
which data
low. I don't
analysts
know if
use
someone else
and
on the call can hear
the
you.
I
reason
think it's my
for
voice.
using
I
that tool.
said I
Because one
really
needs to
appreciate
understand
the
that you
community.
cannot just say
It's
you
one
want
of
to
the best
start
things
with
that would happen
this
to me
and you
as
move to
an
that.
upcoming data
It will cause
analyst.
an
Because someone
issue.
like
So
me,
one needs to
I'm someone that
understand
once I
this
don't
is the
have
tool I
motivation
need to
doing
use
some things,
first,
I
follow
might
by this, then follow
I might
by that.
just
It
leave
will
it.
make the journey
So with
more
this, it's
easier.
a motivation for me
And
actually. So it's
also,
a big
one
thank you. Yeah,
also
that's
needs
why
to
I'm
also be the
clapping.
one to motivate
Thank
his
you
or
very
herself.
much for your kind
Because
words.
I'm a kind of person I believe in something. No one
Thank
can
you.
motivate you. You have to
I
motivate yourself.
Onokwemipo,
When you want to
I
start learning, you need to be
I'm sorry,
committed to
Aishat.
it.
I was about
Because
to
I
call
know
your surname
sometimes data
again.
analysis can be overwhelming.
You
Sometimes
guys
it
are
will look
raising up
like
your
you are
hands.
not sometimes it will just look like you are being
Yes.
stuck.
Okay.
Because yes, it will look like you are being
I'm
stuck, but
sorry.
one just need to
I'm
keep
sorry
on
that I
moving.
just keep popping
But
up and then
one
No, that's
just
fine.
understanding
It's
the
an
use of the
interactive
tool is
section,
very,
right?
very
So
okay.
more
if
important.
anyone has something to
And
say,
knowing
please
where to
raise up your hand
start,
and
which is
speak.
very, very what important, like
And
There
I
creating a
don't
is
think
map
I've
something.
guide
heard
for yourself.
Tanimola's voice. Please, you'll be speaking
Thank you.
after Onokpemipo, maybe to ask
Yeah,
questions or to
thank you so much,
contribute
Daniel, for your
or to tell
contribution.
us
I
why you're
actually
here.
like your
All
perspective
right, you
and
Mhm.
can
I agree
go
with you
ahead.
totally. So
Okay.
another thing that drops in my mind when you were
When
talking
I'm
was
in
understand the why. So if you are
communities
moving
like
to
this or
any tool,
conversations like
try to
this,
know,
and
okay,
then
why am
people
I
ask
moving to this
questions,
tool?
one thing I
Why
always
did I
wish
want to learn this tool?
people
It's not all
do
about
is
okay
that
what
they
people are
get into
saying.
the
Not all about oh they
specifics,
said this
right?
analysis is this is that is
So
da 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 da. No, Why?
Concerning what
Can
she
you
just said, that she said
know why you are
she's
moving?
just
So okay, let's say I'm starting with
she is
Excel
just
and
learning
I
data
felt like,
analysis,
oh,
but
a lot of
she's
people are
very
using this. I
interested.
want
She
to
is an
okay.
enthusiast.
For me, as someone that is only good with Excel at the
She
moment, I
she
want to learn a
tends to
new
leave
tool.
stuff
Why am I
whenever she
learning a
loses
new tool?
motivation. First of all,
Why am I moving to
that is
Python?
what
Why
everybody is like.
SQL? And why
Number
not Power
one, just
BI?
hold that one.
So
It's not only
understanding
you
why will help
that
you
is
to
you're
build a
not the only
tech.
one dealing with something like
Even
that
when
one.
you go for
And then
interviews and
as
you
for
are talking
as
about
for
your
the
journey
other
and
one,
maybe your analytical
you
skill sets, you will be able
I
to
think
move and talk about them in a way that
Miss
they know that you know what you're
Fumilola
doing.
already
I think that was
answered it
one
better,
thing I
but
wanted
I
to talk
just
about
feel I should also say
from what you
something
mentioned.
too.
I totally agree
I don't
with
know a
you.
lot, but then
So Victor
when
and
we are talking
Oluwatimileyin
about
joined the call
data
during the
analysis,
process. So,
we should
guys, good
try to like
afternoon.
understand what it
Welcome. Happy New
is
Year.
really,
This
both
is an interactive
theoretically,
section.
conceptually,
We
and
are basically
practically.
talking about
You understand? And I am
data
usually more inclined
analysis,
to
how to
the practical
kickstart,
meaning
what
or
to
what
do,
it
the
looks
tools
like
to
in real
learn,
life.
and all that.
So I try to like paint
So, guys,
scenarios
because it's an
that
interactive
helps me really
section,
get the
I
gist,
want
right?
to know if you guys are here
So
to ask questions or to
when
contribute your
I started looking
perspective
into
based
data
on your
analysis
knowledge in the
myself at
field.
first,
Hi, Victor.
I was
Hi,
trying to really understand it,
Timmy.
but then
Can
my
you guys speak?
mentors, my teachers, I don't know, even Udemy too,
Good
we
afternoon,
tried to
everyone.
use some illustrations
Uh,
and
Good
I
afternoon.
just still
Great to be
wouldn't
here.
get it, but then I'll just sit down and then just be thinking about it. And
So
then this is the
far,
best I've come up with
my
so far.
transition
When we
from
are talking about data
being
analysis,
an accountant
just try
to
to
data
imagine,
analysis, I
we all
think
watch
wise
American movies, but
because I want
imagine like a
to
detective
have
kind of,
complete flexibility of my time,
should I say, a
and
detective kind
I
of
just
film
don't want
where
to like
you are the detective,
do the
but
9 to 5
so data analysis is
timelines.
more like about
I don't think
asking
it's for me. So
who
that's why I
who did something,
wanted a kind of career where I
what
can
is
just
this, why
work
did
from
this
home,
happen, if
basically.
this happened, what does this mean? I don't know. Start investigating,
Okay.
and then
Do you
after your
have
investigation,
questions for
presenting
us?
that
Do you want to
investigation
ask
to like a
questions for
jury. I'm using a
clarity,
movie sense to explain it now.
or maybe you just want to stay on
Presenting
the
that
call and listen for
investigation
now?
to a jury to make
My question would be
a justified
is there a
decision
platform
or
where
to
someone
judge
can get like
based on the this
a
thing you've
mentor, someone that
presented.
is
So that's
in
what like
this data analysis
data
field
analysis.
that
That's
is
what
just
I've come up with
transitioning
so
from
far
their
about
career
data
to data
analysis, bam.
analysis?
So you will now start to
Okay.
think about it.
Are
You
you on
now double down
LinkedIn?
and start to think about it
Yes, I am.
in terms
Okay,
of
you
the
can
tools
get
where
mentors
all
on
these
LinkedIn
tools
though.
like come
But
in.
then I don't know, it
You know,
depends
for
on the
Excel
person, it
now,
depends on their
Excel is
timing,
like
and it
the
depends
rough
on
sheet
how they feel
where you
about
do all
you.
the
Like,
dirty works, but
but
like your
there are a lot
lab
of data analysts
testing,
out
where
there
you
on
collect
LinkedIn
samples
that
and evidence, where you sort
post
everything out and
they
arrange
are
them and the
content
like. So you
creators.
do all your
But I feel
calculations,
like
right? Then Power BI
if you
is
want to reach
probably
out to
when you've
someone to be your
organized them,
mentor, you should
you wait
probably be in
when
their
you want to
comment section,
help
be on their
someone see
posts, at
your
least do some
data.
kind of
No. When
familiarity
you want to
first.
help someone else see
Because
that
when I
your
see messages
analysis is
from
trying
someone
to
I barely
tell
know telling
something,
me, oh, can you mentor? I'll be like,
I don't
from
know
where now?
how better to
Honestly, I
say
can be
it.
honest right now.
So
So I feel like
then
try to
your
like
SQL is more
maybe
like when you already
they
have
have
this
a
data set
community,
already
join the
organized
community, do
in
some
a
things that makes the person feel like, oh, you're not just
what's
jumping
the
on me.
this
I
thing
don't
now?
know.
What's the this thing where you store
That's the
data?
feeling for
It's
me though.
not data farm. I
So
can't remember. Sha.
if you want
Uh,
to like get
Please,
someone to
sorry,
guide
can you
you, you
help
can
me?
Database.
try to do that. And
Sorry,
maybe after like
Database.
some weeks, you can just reach out to the
database.
person that,
Thank you,
oh, I've been
thank you.
following
So
your
SQL
updates
is
and
not more like
I think you
having
can
when you
help
now
me
have all
settle
these
into
organized
this.
data and
Will
everything.
you like
You
to
need
something
a
like that?
particular
And
type of data
you
with
can shoot
certain
your shot to
conditions, and you want to
few people
retrieve them.
around that you feel
That's
like, oh,
where
this person is
SQL is
doing
going
what
to
I
come
really
in.
want
So
to see
it's more
myself
like
doing in future,
think
or
of
in a
it
few months' time, in a
in
few
an
few
hospital
years
this
to
thing,
come.
but when you go to an hospital
That's
and then
like
they
the
take
way
your
I
records
am
down,
thinking about it.
and then let's say you not you, let's
Thank
say
you.
someone was sick,
You're welcome.
and then the person
Hi,
went there, and then the person
Victor.
got
You're
registered, and
raising your
then all
hand.
your information and profile were collected and the likes. So if the person goes back there, but you when you want to retrieve those
Hello.
information, it won't be only your age that are going to
Happy New Year. Can you hear me?
retrieve, but it won't
Hi,
be only
happy
your
new
weight that are
year.
going to
Wishing
retrieve,
you
but
the
they're going to
very
retrieve your
best.
whole
Yeah,
folder, but
a bit
so it's
better.
like that's where SQL comes in. So I think if we try to understand
Special.
But I can't
data
really hear
analysis
you on it.
practically
at this point in
going
time, I
forward with this kind
can't.
of mindset, I think it will be
Can you hear me?
easier
Hello?
to do. And I think the
Can anyone
motivation
else hear
factor
Victor, please?
is it will not really be
What's
Hello?
an
going on?
issue.
No,
Although
I
you
can
still need to
hear
be
him.
disciplined about
Okay, I said I'm a
doing
fresher.
some works, because sometimes sitting in front
Okay,
of a monitor,
okay.
in front of a leader can
Okay, that's
sometimes
fine.
be can
Okay,
sometimes
let me
be
see.
tiring,
Mm.
especially if you are not
Well,
getting
I'm
anywhere.
glad to join you, bro.
But
So
it's
I'm
normal.
sure that
It's normal.
I'm believing
So
that if
I just needed
I can
to
gain the knowledge from you, I'll be
see that
happy
to like
because I study computer
I needed to
science.
let you know that I
That's
need to paint the
actually
picture of what it
fantastic.
looks like in real
That
life,
means
at
you
least for
have
me.
the
So I don't know
you've
if
had
anyone agrees or
some coding
disagrees with what I just said.
experiences, or maybe you've
Mm,
had
okay,
reasons to
thank you.
maybe to
So
just
it's
write
actually
exam,
cool
sure,
if you
you
are
have to
practical
tackle
with things you are learning.
coding
It
in a way.
helps learning to stick better.
I actually have some coding experiences
All right,
sometime in life.
Aishat,
Since when I left
your
school, I've
hand.
stopped.
Okay, I get it.
Yes, ma. Thank you so
I
much.
get it, and the
I
tone
miss
is giving. I beg that
like
coding experience. I know if you remember.
Ololamipo. I know something like
All
that
right.
about
So are there more
me going for
questions?
something
Actually,
that
what I
I'm
planned is that we'll
comfortable with
start
or
by
I'm
12 and
at.
end it by 1.
But I know
Then
if you
I don't
don't
know,
try, like if you don't
does
try
any other person have a
other
question, a
language
contribution, or
like Excel,
can we wrap
SQL,
it up?
I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with it.
This
My question,
platform is
Miss
different.
Onola Nikemi.
Like
What
like
platform? Like
earlier.
the
Onokwe,
It's
Telegram
okay.
group,
Are
the
you asking a
community, right?
question?
Uh,
I can't
I'm not even
really
hearing
hear
you very
you.
So
well.
You talk about
I think when did you join? Let me even start with that.
I'm
today.
not saying that if you don't try
Today.
other
Oh, sorry.
language,
Then
Okay.
I
I will
don't have
not
to say
know
what I
if
had in
I'm
mind.
more
So it's
comfortable with
actually a
other language or
community
not.
where we
Okay. I
come
think I get what you're
And
together.
saying.
like
You have a lot of things that we do on a monthly basis. We have our monthly
So I think
and
challenge
she's speaking
also
where we share
is
data in the
okay, she's
community
still speaking.
and
Sorry.
we
so
all
you're going to
work
add
on
me
it,
to
or most
a
of us that choose
community,
to work
so
on
data
it work on it.
scientist
And at the end
community.
of that month, there will be
Please
like a
don't forget to
section
do that
to
one.
have some
You
conversations
can send
around
me
that
a
data that we
Hello,
send
shared.
me DMs
ma.
So we've
so
done
I
that
can
like
just
3 or
forward it
4
to you.
times now, and we have
Hello, I
data
can
Okay,
hear
okay, I
you
will do
that
that.
clearly.
we've worked
I mentioned
on.
that
We
you
have
should
the
send a
videos to
DM.
it, to
Yes,
the
please.
section we had
So I don't
after
want
Okay.
working on the
to send it
data.
to the group and
And
people
aside
will now
from
start
that,
asking me
we
questions that they
do
don't even understand where the
SQL
conversation is starting from.
challenges, and
Hi
if there
Daniel,
are
your
updates in the
hands.
data world that we can benefit from,
Yes.
maybe
Good afternoon.
there are free
Good afternoon.
certification courses
Yes,
that
I
are
just
out
want
there
to
that
make
can boost our
contribution to
portfolio,
what you
and
and
maybe we have knowledge of these things.
Onopemifo has been
We share it
saying.
on the community for others to benefit
Thing.
Okay.
from, and we do
Yes, what I
monthly
want to say is
challenge in
that
SQL to just to
first, if one is
practice
in data
and some
analysis,
other
because
things
I'm
like
still in
that.
the learning process,
So
but
the
there's
summary
something
of this whole
I
thing
I did
is
before I
pinned
start
on the
learning,
group
which
on
is
the
number one.
community. That was why I
One
asked
has to
when did you join
understand what
initially.
data analysis
So you
is,
can
as
just a look
according
at
to
it, try
Mr.
to read through to
Onopemifo have
have
said
like
that
some understanding
one
of the
needs to
things we've done in
understand
the
what is
past,
data
and
analysis. Then you
maybe
have to
there are things you would like
understand
to
which
practice from,
to
maybe the
understand
monthly
which tool
challenge
which
and
a
the
data
likes.
analyst use. So through the process, you were
Mm.
able to align with what you want to do. Because it will look like someone's
I
telling you
think I've
start with
answered your
SQL
question,
before you move
Victor.
to Excel. But at the end of the day, you
Okay.
realize that Excel is
Yeah,
more of the
so
fundamental.
Onopemipo,
So one needs to
you
understand
are
the
raising up your
tools
hand
of which
again.
data analysts use
Or is it
and
from before?
the
No,
reason
no, no, it's not
for
from
using
before.
that tool,
Okay.
because one needs
Mm,
to understand that you
Yes.
cannot just say you
Actually, I
want
have
to
a
start
question,
with
but I just
this
want to
and you move
quickly
to that. It will
respond
cause an
to
issue.
what
So
Aisha
one needs
said
to
before I ask
understand
my
this is
question.
the tool I need to use
Aisha
first, followed by
was
this,
trying
then followed
to
by that. It will make the
let me
journey
know that,
more
the
easier.
fact that I
And
said that
also,
she should
one
find
also
something
need to
she's
also be the
comfortable
one
with
to
and something she
motivate you
can do does not
herself,
mean she should not try
because
things
I'm a
out.
kind of person I believe in
So, which I
something.
totally
No one
agree
can
with, but
motivate you. You have to motivate
you can
yourself.
only
When
find
you
what you're
want to start
comfortable with
learning, you need to be
if you've
committed to
tried
it.
things.
Because I know
Just
sometimes
like
data
imagine
analysis can be overwhelming.
you don't have
Sometimes
food
it will
stuff at
look
home and
like
then you want to
you are
go to
not.
market. Why do
Sometimes
you
it
have
will
to go
just
to
look
market
like
if you
you are
just need to
being
get food
stuck.
stuff? So to get the food
Because
stuff, what do you
yes, it
need
will
to
look
get
like
the
you are
food
being
stuff? You
stuck,
need
but one just
first
need
of
to
all,
keep
you
on
need a
moving.
bag.
But you,
carry the things
one
that you're going to get from the
understanding the use
market
of the
and then put
tool
inside
is
to
very,
bring back
very
home
more
back, need money
important,
for transport, all
and
those
knowing
kind of
where
these
to
things, right?
start, which
So
is
for
very,
you,
very
if
what
let's say
important,
you don't
like
want to carry
creating a
like a
map
giant
guide
motor
for
bag, and
yourself.
then you say no,
So that is just it. Thank you.
is bag of rice that you want to carry. Is it going
Yeah,
to carry the
thank you
things
so
that you
much,
need to carry
Daniel, for
from
your
market? Then it's going to carry
contribution.
it. But
I
then all these
actually
things are tools, right?
like your
So I'm
perspective,
just
and
trying to
I
like,
agree with you
I'm
totally.
not saying you should not try
So
things and you should
another thing
try
that
things out,
drops
but
in my
then
mind when you were
just quickly
talking
know
was
which one
understand
works
the
for you and
why.
which one doesn't
So
work
if
for
you are
you. So I'm just
moving
going
to
to
any tool,
go back to
try
my
to know,
real
okay,
question
why
now.
am I moving to this tool?
One issue I
Why did
normally
I
have
want to
is
learn this
is
tool? It's not all
where
about
to
okay what
get
people are saying.
data
It's not all
sets
about oh they said
from,
this analysis is this is that is da da
because
da da da. No, why?
like
Can
I
you at
said, I don't
least
really know
know
a
why
lot
you are
like that.
moving? So okay, let's say
But
I'm
then
starting with Excel and I felt like oh a
financial
lot of people are using this. I want
analysis
to use
and
okay.
data
For me,
analysis,
as someone that is only
they are
good
kind
with
of
Excel at the
related.
moment, I
What
want to learn a
makes
new
them
tool.
kind of
Why am I
different
learning a new tool?
is the type of data sets
Why am I
you
moving
work
to
on.
Python? Why
I don't know if you can
SQL and
affirm
why not Power BI?
or say
So
what I'm saying
understanding
is
the
wrong.
why will help you to
So
be
regardless
rooted.
of each
Even
sector,
when
you are
you
still
go for
doing
interviews
analysis,
and
right?
you are
So
talking
even if
about
Thank
your
you.
it's
journey and maybe
healthcare
your
analysis and what
analytical
have you, still
skill
data
sets, you
analysis.
will
You
be
still
able
use
to
analytical tools at the
move
end of the day.
and talk about them in
Okay.
a way that they know that you know what
So
you are doing.
now,
I think
um,
that was one thing I
for
wanted to talk about
financial
in from what you
analysis,
mentioned. I totally agree with you. So
when I looked into
Victor
when I
and
browsed and then tried to like get
Oluwatimileyin
some
joined the
data set,
call during the
I have to tell
process.
you, I was
So, guys, good
confused. I had
afternoon.
no idea
Welcome.
what I
Happy New
was
Year.
doing.
This is an
So then I
interactive
ended up going
section.
back
We are basically talking about
my Excel tutorial this thing
data
because I have this
analysis,
jotter where I
how to
jot my
kickstart,
where I
what to
take notes
do,
for.
the tools to learn, and all
Then I
that.
started to
So, guys, because
I
it's an
started to connect
interactive
the dots
section,
that
I want to know if you guys are
actually
here to ask
the
questions or
functions
to
you
contribute your
actually
perspective
use
based on your knowledge
for
in the field.
financial
Hi,
analysis,
Victor.
they are,
Hi, Similain.
should I say, entirely different.
Can you guys
Look
speak?
at let's take for example the three statement
Good afternoon,
what's
everyone.
the word now? Three
Uh,
Good
statement
afternoon.
Great to be here.
that you will do. Oh my God,
Um, so far,
how do I
my
open that?
transition from being
I
an
think I have to
accountant
refer
to data
to my system, but
analysis,
my system is not yet.
I
But
think
there's
my
this
why is
three
because
statements
I want
okay.
to have
Financial
complete
analysis, I think is
flexibility of my
to
time,
track
and
budget or
I
something
just
like that.
don't
It's
want
not
to
about,
like
I think it's
do
some
the
sort of
nine to five
financial statement or
as
something
I'm
like
like
that.
this.
And
I don't think
then
it's funny.
those are
So
like
that's why I
requirements
wanted the
for
kind of
you
career
to
where I can
consider
just
yourself.
work from
You have to
home,
have those kind of
basically.
knowledge and other similar this thing in Excel to be able to consider yourself
Okay, do you have
proficient enough
questions
before you can
for
apply for
us?
any
Do you want to ask
financial
questions for
analyst this
clarity,
thing data set. So here's the
or maybe
question.
you just want to stay on the
So
call and listen
if
for now?
I mean, how
My
do I
question would be
differentiate which one is which
is there
one?
is there
Number
a
one. And
platform
then
where
number
someone can
two,
get like a mentor, someone that
how do I
is
know which
in this
functions,
data analysis
which
field
function is for
that is just
which and which one
transitioning
is not
from
for which, so
their
that I
career
will
to
just
data
not bother
analysis?
my mental health, like trying
Okay,
to, so that
are
I'll
you on
just know from
LinkedIn?
the get go.
Yes, I am.
I'll just know from the get go
Okay, you
that
can get mentors on LinkedIn,
this one
though.
is for
But
financial
then I
analysis and
don't
the
know, it
likes. And
depends on the person,
I don't know.
depends on their timing,
I'm
and it
So
depends
still.
on how
I
they feel
I I might
about
not be the
you.
right
Like,
person to answer your
but
question
there are a lot of
because
data
I'm not a
analysts out
financial
there on
analyst.
LinkedIn that
All I
they
know is
post,
we do use
they are
analytical
content
tool
creators.
because to
But
the
I
best of
feel
my
like if you
knowledge, it's not
want
like they
to
are
meet, if you
tools
want to reach out to
entirely
someone to be
separating
your
of
mentor, you
financial
should
analysis.
probably be in
So if you
their
want to like
comment
and
section, be on their
I want to even be
posts,
sure
at least do
why are you
some
learning this
kind of
tool? It's
familiarity
either you want to be a
first.
data analyst or
Because
you
when
want
I
to
see
be a financial
messages from
analyst.
someone I barely
So
know
stick
telling
to
me, oh,
one
can you
so
mentor? I'll be
that
like, from
you
where
it will be
now?
easier for you to have
Honestly, like I'm being
clarity
honest
and
right
you
now.
will be able to
So I
learn
feel
things
like
fast.
try
If you're
to
trying
like
to juggle between
maybe
being
if they
going
have a
into this and
community,
that,
join the
I think
community, do
that's a
some
lot.
things that makes the person feel like, oh,
I'm
you're not just
I'm
jumping
not a
on me. I don't
financial
know.
analyst, so I
That's
might not
the
be the
feeling
right
for
person
me
to say,
though.
oh, these are
So
like there are
if you
terminologies
want to
and
like
these are
get someone to
these
guide
things
you, you
that you
can
need to
try
know.
to do that, and maybe after like some weeks, you can just reach out to the person that, oh,
I
I've
understand.
been following your
What I'm just
updates
trying to
and
do is
I think you can
I'm trying to know
help me settle
into this? Will you
what
like
game
to
I'm
something
playing
like
whenever
that?
I'm
And
playing, whatever I'm
you
playing. I
can
don't know if
shoot your
that
shots
makes
to
sense. If
few
I
people
am
around
doing, if
that you feel
I'm
like, oh, this
doing
person is doing what I
data
really want to
analysis,
see
I
myself
want to
doing in
be
future, or in a few
sure
months
I'm not
time, or in
confusing one
few years to
with
come.
one. I want to
That's
know
like the way
where the
I'm
line is
thinking about
drawn,
it.
something like that.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
thank
like
you.
get the difference
You're
between the both
welcome.
of them.
Hi,
That's what I'm
Victor.
trying
You're
to
raising
do.
your hand.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Okay, but then
Hello.
I think maybe you might
I said
have
Happy New
to
Year. Can you
do
hear me?
like
Hi,
the
Happy
research
New
on your
Year.
own or
Wish you the
something.
very best. Yeah, a bit
All right.
better.
This is past one.
Actually,
So are there other
pressure.
questions?
Pressure.
But I
Else we wrap
can't
it up
hear
for
you
today.
honestly. At this
Pressure.
point in time, I can't.
Can you hear me?
Hello. Can anyone else hear Victor, please?
It's
Hello?
going on
I
and
can,
off.
No,
I can hear him.
Okay. I said I'm a fresher.
Victor, you're not
Right?
audible enough.
Okay, that's
Okay. I
fine.
said I wanted to ask of data analysis. Is there any other platform I can join? Well, I'm glad to join you people. So I'm sure that I'm believing
Is
that
that
if
what?
I can gain the knowledge
Hello?
from here, I'll be happy. Because I study computer science.
Oh,
That's actually fantastic.
last
That means you have
month
the
I
you've
don't know.
had
It
some
depends on
coding
what you are looking
experiences,
for.
or maybe you've had reasons to maybe to just write exams. You shall have to tackle coding in a way.
Can you hear me? I actually have some coding experiences.
I only
Initially,
have
No.
another
since when I
platform,
left
which
school, I've
is
stopped.
I think he was asking
Okay,
if we can join any
I
other
get
platforms.
it.
Unless you check
I get it,
online
and
or
the
maybe
tone
on
is giving.
Telegram.
I
But the
beg
only
that
other
coding
platform
experience. I know if
is
you
data
remember.
scientist platform.
All right.
And
So are
from
there
what you
more
said,
questions?
you want
Actually,
to
what
do
I
data
planned is that
analysis.
we'll start by 12 and end it by 1. But then I don't know, does any other
Can you hear
person have
me?
a
Is that your
question, a
question?
contribution,
Yes.
or
I say, is it on
can we wrap
Telegram
it up?
or LinkedIn?
You said what?
I say, is it on
this
Telegram or
platform is it for
LinkedIn? Where
training?
will I join? Is it on Telegram?
What platform? Like the Telegram group, the community, right?
Can you hear me?
You are saying what,
So
please?
I think,
The
when did you
platform
join? Let
You
me
were
even start with
asking.
that.
Okay,
Today,
I say,
today.
I'm with you.
Today.
is it on
Oh,
Telegram
sorry.
or
Then
LinkedIn?
I don't have to say what I had in mind. So
The
it's
data
actually a
scientist own
community
Yes,
where
is on
we
Slack.
come together. We
Slack.
have a lot of
It's
things that we do
actually a big
on a
community,
monthly
like
basis. We
3,000
have our
plus,
monthly
and it's on Slack.
challenge where we share data in the
Slack.
community,
That's the
and
app.
we all work on it. Or most of us that choose to work on it work on
Okay.
it.
So you
And
can send
at the
me a
end of
DM
that
if you want
month,
to
there will be
join
like a
that as
section
well.
to
Okay.
have some conversations around that data that we shared.
Hi,
So
Victor.
we've done
Okay,
that
there's
like
been
3 or 4
one
times
speaking.
now,
I think
and
someone
we have
else.
the data
Oh,
that we've worked
so
on. We have the videos
there are
to
no
it,
other
to the
questions. I
section we
think this
had
brings us to
after
the end of this
working on the data. And aside
community
from
question and
that,
answer
we do
section.
SQL
Thank you
challenges, and if
guys
there
for
are updates in the data
joining,
world that
for
we can benefit
contributing, for
from,
asking
maybe
questions. I really,
there are
really appreciate your
free
time.
certification courses that are out there that can
See
boost
you
our
some
portfolio,
other
and maybe we
time.
have knowledge of
And
these things.
yeah,
We share
that's
it on
it.
the community
Cheers,
for others to
guys.
benefit
Bye.
from.
Thank you.
And we do
Happy New Year.
monthly challenge in SQL to just to practice,
Cheers.
Thank you
and
so
some other
much.
things like that. So
Welcome.
the summary of this whole thing is pinned on the group, on the community. That was why I asked, when did you join initially? So you can just take a look at it, try to read through to have like some understanding of the things we've done in the past, and maybe there are things you would like to practice from, maybe the monthly challenge and the likes. I think I've answered your question, Victor.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so Banokamipo, you are raising up your hand again. Or is it from before?
No, it's not from before.
Okay.
Yes. Actually, I have a question, but I just want to quickly respond to what Aishat said before I ask my question. Aishat was trying to let me know that the fact that I said that she should find something she's comfortable with and something she can do does not mean she should not try things out. So, which I totally agree with, bro. And you can only find what you're comfortable with if you've tried things. Just like imagine you don't have food stuff at home and then you want to go to market. Why do you have to go to market? Because you need to get food stuff. So to get the food stuff, what do you need to get the food stuff? You need cash first of all. You need a bag to carry the things that you're going to get from the market and then put inside to bring back home, man. You need money for transport, all those kind of these things, man. So for you, if let's say you don't want to carry like a Ghana must go bag, and then you say no, is bag of rice that you want to carry. Is it going to carry the things that you need to carry from market? He said it's going to carry, but then all these things are tools, man. So I'm just trying to like I'm not saying you should not try things out. You should try things out, but then just quickly know which one works for you and which one doesn't work for you. So I'm just going to go back to my real question now. One issue I normally have is where to get data sets from, because like I said, I don't really know a lot like that. But then financial analysis and data analysis, they are kind of related. What makes them kind of different is the type of data sets you work on. I don't know if you can affirm or say what I'm saying is wrong.
So regardless of each sector, you are still doing analysis, right?
Yeah,
So even if it
thank
is healthcare analysis and all that, it's still data analysis. You still use
you.
analytical tools at the end of the day.
Okay. So now, for financial analysis, when I browsed and then tried to like get some data set, I have to tell you, I was confused. I had no idea what I was doing. So then I ended up going back to my Excel tutorial this thing because I have this jotter where I jot my where I take notes down. Then I started to I started to connect the dots that actually the functions you actually use for financial analysis, they are, should I say, entirely different. Look at let's take for example the three statements. What's the word now? Three statement that you will do. Oh God, how do I remember it? I think I have to refer to my system, but my system is not here. But there's this three statement something. Financial analyst, I think, is to track budgets or something like that. It's share about I think it's some sort of financial statement or something like that. And then those are like requirements for you to consider yourself. You have to have those kind of knowledge and other similar distance in Excel to be able to consider yourself proficient enough before you can apply for any financial analyst distinct data set. So here's the question. So if I mean, how do I differentiate which one is which one? Number one, and then number two, how do I know which function is for which and which one is not for which, so that I will just not bother my mental health, like trying to, so that I will just know from the get go. I'll just know from the get go that this one is for financial analysis and the likes, and I don't know. I'm
So
still.
I might not be the right person to answer your question because I'm not a financial analyst. All I know is they do use analytical tool because to the best of my knowledge, it's not like they are tools designed separately for financial analysts. So if you want to like, and I want to even be sure why are you learning the tool? It's either you want to be a data analyst or you want to be a financial analyst. So stick to one so that it will be easier for you to have clarity and you'll be able to learn things fast. If you're trying to juggle between being going into this and that, I think that's a lot. And I'm not a financial analyst, so I might not be the right person to say, these are like their terminologies and these are these things that you need to know.
Okay, I understand. What I'm just trying to do is know. I'm trying to know what game I'm playing whenever I'm playing whatever I'm playing. I don't know if that makes sense. If I'm doing data analysis, I want to be sure I'm not confusing one with one. I want to know where the line is drawn, something like that. I'm trying to like get the difference between both of them. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't know if that makes sense.
Okay, but then I think maybe you might have to do like the research on your own or something. All right. This is past one. So are there other questions? Else we'll wrap it up for the day.
I want to ask. Oh, hello.
Victor, you're not audible enough.
Okay, yes, I wanted to ask. I want to know, is there any other platform I can join to Russia?
Is that what?
I say, is there
Hello?
a platform I can join as a fresher?
Oh,
Huh?
platforms. I don't know. It depends on what you are looking for.
For that alone. Can you hear me?
I only have
No,
another platform, which is I think he was asking if we can join any other platforms. Unless you check online or maybe on Telegram. But the only other platform is data scientist platform.
Telegram.
And from what you said, you want to do data analysis.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Is that your question?
Yes. I say, is it on Telegram or LinkedIn?
You said what?
I say, is it on Telegram or LinkedIn? Where will I join? Is it on Telegram or LinkedIn? Can you hear me?
You are saying what, please?
The platform,
You were asking. Okay,
I say, is it
I'm
on,
with you.
is it on Telegram or LinkedIn?
The data scientist own
Yes.
is on Slack.
Clap.
It's actually a big community, like it's 3,000 plus, and it's on Slack.
Slack. There's an app out there.
Okay. So you can
Oh,
send me a DM if you want to join that as well.
okay.
Hi, Victor. Okay, yeah, do you want speaking? I thought someone else. Oh, so if there are no other questions, I think this brings us to the end of this um community question and answer section. Thank you guys for joining, for contributing, for asking questions. I really do appreciate your time. See you some other time. And yeah, that's it. Cheers, guys. Bye.
thank you. Happy New Year.
You too. You're the best.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.